Hello students, let's start with primary and secondary distribution of overhead, the combined problem of primary and secondary distribution of overheads. So this illustration is available on page number 2.29 of Nirali publication, become third year cost and works accounting paper second. Okay, so in this illustration they stated that in Ispat Industries Limited, Islampur, there are two production department A and B. That is production department A and B. That means two production department and two service department, that is C and D. Okay. Department C provides service to A and B, not C. Okay. That means department C is only providing services to A and B in the ratio of 2:3, whereas D provides service to A and B, okay, in the ratio of 6:1. This ratio is useful for secondary distribution. Okay. Other details. These details are related with overheads. So rent rate, taxes, insurance, electricity, motive power, depreciation, amenities to staff. Okay. And these are the details on which we can allot the above overheads. Okay. So the particulars, under the head of particulars, there are asset value, floor area, number of light points, HP of machines, number of workers and direct wages. Okay. So these are the available basis. So we have to allot the above overheads by the use of following basis. Okay. So first we are going to allot these bases on appropriate basis. So rent, rates and taxes. Okay. When we talk about rent, that time we have to consider floor area, because the proper allocation basis of rent is floor area. Insurance. Okay. For insurance, we have to consider the value of asset, because we are going to insure our assets, okay, on the basis of their values. So here I am going to mention asset value. Next, electricity. Okay. So here two bases which we can relate with electricity. First one is number of light point and second one is HP of machine. Okay. But the most appropriate basis is number of light points. Therefore we are going to allocate this overhead on the basis of number of light point. Then motive power. Motive power is basically used for machines. So here the appropriate basis is horsepower of machine. Now the depreciation, very easy. Depreciation is always charged on assets on its value. So asset value. Next is amenity to staff. Staff means number of workers. Here are also two suitable bases, that is first one is number of workers and second one is direct wages, but the most appropriate basis is number of workers. Okay. So roughly we allotted the basis to the overheads. Now second thing which we have to do, that is calculation of ratios. Okay. Simple. Here 10 lakh, 5 lakh, 4 lakh, 1 lakh. We have to remove the excess zero, that is 5 zeros. So ratio is 10:5:4:1. Okay. The ratio is 10:5:4:1. Then floor area. First remove the common zeros, that is 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay, we remove all the three ratios. We can short this numbers by dividing it by 2. So 4, 3, 2 and 1. Okay, then next 40, 30, 15, 15. Okay, this is the number of light point. We can divide it by 5. 8, 6, 3, 3. Right? Next is HP of machines. Remove the common zeros, that is 2 zeros. Now we can't divide 3 or 5 by another number. Therefore, our ratio is 8 is to 5 is to 4 is to 3. The next is number of workers. Number of workers 75, 50, 50, 25. We can divide these figures by 25. 3, 2, 2, 1. Okay. Then the next is direct wages. We can divide it by 5 first, then we will decide. But actually we are not going to use this, therefore there is no need to calculate. Okay, let's start to solve. I already draw the table for solving. Okay, it starts with, in the books of ISPAT Industries Limited, Islampur, statements showing distribution of overhead for the period ended 31st March 2015. Columns are particulars, basis of apportionment, ratio, the total amount, then A, B, C and D. Okay, so these are the required columns. Now we will start one by one with our overheads. So our first overhead is rent, rates and taxes. The basis of apportionment is floor area. We already calculate the ratio of floor area, that is 4 is to 3 is to 2 is to 1. Now we are going to divide this the total amount, that is 40,000. Okay, so when we have to divide this amount in a particular ratio, first we have to sum the ratio, that is 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, that is 4 plus 3 7 plus 2 plus 1 10. So now 40,000 divided by 10 is equal to 4,000 per share. Now just multiply it by 4, by 3, by 2 and by 1, that is 4,000. 4 4s are 16. So 16,000, 12,000, 8,000 and 4,000. Right? So for A it is 16,000. For B it is 12,000. For C it is 8,000 and for D it is 4,000. Simple. Next, the next overhead is insurance and the basis is value of asset. Okay, and the ratio for value is 10 is to 5 is to 4 is to 1. 10 is to 5 is to 4 is to 1, and the total amount of insurance is 15,000. Okay, so same thing we are going to repeat, that is 10 plus 5 plus 4 plus 1, okay, is equal to 20. So we have to divide 15,000 by 20. So one share is of 750, right? 750 into 10, it is 7,500. 750 into 5, it is 3,750. 750 into 4, it is 3,000, and 750 into 1, that is 750. Just for rechecking, you can sum these totals. Okay, so the total is 15,000. Now just record in the columns. 7,500, 3,750, 3,750. Next overhead is electricity, and basis is number of light point, and amount is 5,000. The basis is number of light point. The ratio of number of light point is 8 is to 6 is to 3 is to 3. 8 is to 6 is to 3 is to 3. 8, 6, 3, 3. 8 plus 6, 14 plus 6, 20. The amount is 5,000. Okay, so one share is amounted to 250 into 8. 250 into 8, 2,000. 250 into 6, 1,500. 250 into 3, 750. 250 into 3, 750. The total is 5,000. Okay, so the amounts are 2,000, 1,500, 750, 750. Next overhead is motive power. The basis of motive power is HP of machine the ratio of HP of machine is 8 is to 5 is to 4 is to 3. 8 is to 5 is to 4 is to 3, and the amount of motive power is 20,000. Okay, so 8 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3, the total is 8 plus 5, 13, 13 plus 4, 17 plus 3, 20. Okay, 20, and the amount is 20,000. So one share is of 1,000. Okay. Now 1,000 into 8 is equal to 8,000. 1,000 into 5 is equal to 5,000. 1,000 into 4 is equal to 4,000, and 1,000 into 3 is equal to 3,000. Okay. Now we have to record it. That is 8,000, 5,000, 4,000, and last 3,000. Okay. Next overhead is depreciation. Basis is asset value. Amount is 2 lakh. Depreciation. Basis is asset value. Amount is 2 lakh, and the ratio of asset value is 10 is to 5 is to 4 is to 1. We already calculated this. So 10 is to 5 plus 4 plus 1 is 20. So 2 lakh divided by 20 is equal to 10,000. Right? So 10,000 into 10, 1 lakh. 10,000 into 5, 50,000. 10,000 into 4, 40,000. 10,000 into 1, 10,000. Okay. So 1 lakh, then 50,000, then 40,000, and then last 10,000. Okay. The last overhead is amenities to staff. Okay. The basis is number of workers. Okay. The ratio for number of workers is 3 is to 2 is to 2 is to 1. 3 is to 2 is to 2 is to 1. And the total amount is 13,000. So now 13,000 divided by 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1, that is 5 plus 5 plus 2 plus 1 means 8. 13,000 divided by 8. 3,250. 1,675. The one share is of 1,675. Now 3 into 1,675, the amount is 4,875. Second, 2 into 1,675, the amount is 3,250. Same, 2 into 1,675 is equal to 3,250, and 1 is equal to 1675. Okay, 4875, 3250, 3250 and 1675. Okay, so these are the overheads provided in illustration. Now you have to be careful here, because in other information they provide direct wages, the amount of direct wages. Okay, so if we are talking about the primary and secondary distribution, that time we have to consider the direct costs of service departments. Okay, only for service department, not for production department. So here we are going to consider, that is direct wages, and amount is directly given, so basis is direct, there is no need of ratio. The total amount is for service departments only. For department C it is 1000, and for department D it is 875, means total amount is 1875. Okay, so we have to consider the direct expenses of service departments only. Okay, then the simple step is there. Make the sum of all the departments. Okay, I will just write over here, that is 1,38,375, 75,000, then 60,000 and 21,000. Okay students, so now we are in the last phase of this illustration, that is secondary distribution. Okay, so the statement is known as statement showing total overhead cost of production department for the period ended 31st March 2015. The columns are particulars, basis of reapportionment. Okay, in primary distribution we use word apportionment. In secondary distribution we are using this word reapportionment. Then ratios, total, and department A, department B. Okay, so in particular columns we are just going to mention the name of service department. Okay, that is service department C. So what is the basis? They already provide the ratio. Okay, therefore the basis is actual. What is the ratio for service department C? In this illustration they mention that service department C provides service to A and B in the ratio of 2:3. Therefore the ratio is 2:3. The total amount is as per the primary distribution. Okay, so the primary distribution table shows us the amount of service department C is 60,000. Okay, now we have to divide this 60,000 in the ratio of 2:3. 2 plus 3, 5. 60,000 divided by 5 is equal to 12,000. So 12,000 into 2 is 24,000. 12,000 into 3 is 36,000. Okay, then service department D, the basis is actual, and the ratio given in this illustration is 6:1. The ratio is 6:1, and the total amount of service department D is 21,000. Now we have to divide this 21,000 into 6:1. 6 plus 1, 7. 21,000 divided by 7 is equal to 3000. So the one share is of 3000. 3000 into 6, that is 18,000 and 3000, right? Okay, then here we say that the total overhead cost of production department. So when we called it as a total overhead cost, that time we have to add the primary distribution cost. Okay, so here we are going to record like this: overhead cost as per primary distribution statement or summary. Okay, the total overhead cost for production department A is 1,38,375 and production department B is 75,500. Okay, it is gained from this statement. It is carried forward from this statement. Okay, simple. Now just make total of production department A. It is 1,80,375 and for production department B it is 1,14,500. Okay, just mind the direct wages. Okay, clear? Thank you.